You have arrived at the K.O.E. Nation. Other than that, I got to ask, gentlemen, what are you drinking tonight?
Standard beer.
Nice. Aiko, are you drinking tonight? Or are you...
I'll probably make a Cortado as we speak. I've got a new coffee bar set up.
What exactly is a Cortado?
Yeah, I was going to ask the same thing. I'm not familiar.
Well, I'm actually going to get into Brenheim Original Kentucky Straight Wheat Whiskey, one of Tony's favorites in all God's creation.
Ooh, yummy. I'm so excited for that.
Like, I made Tony drink 20 wheat whiskeys 2 weekends ago, and now wheat whiskey is his favorite thing in all God's creation.
It's rotten. It's awful, and it's no good.
I'm gonna make as we're
like,
doing
I'm
this.
stuck in the bathroom. We'll be right back.
As we're doing this, I'm gonna be doing my making a Cortado.
Well, hell, give him full screen and show the audience how you make a Cortado.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. So I'm gonna be using this espresso machine, which uses a lever to push the coffee down. And then maybe I can angle the shot mirror so you can see it as we go. I don't know. It'll take a while because I got to heat up all the water and stuff. But yeah, I'll be making a Cortado today.
It's 2024, and Rich is making coffee like it's 1935. I love it.
Yeah. It's right, but it's also relatively new technology. Like if you look, there's also a scale involved. See, there's the high-tech scale. There's my, this is my grinder. This is my portafilter. This is how I'm going to steam the milk. They're all different.
If you were in Alabama, somebody would accuse you of making meth. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's pretty complicated.
Oh, nobody making meth in Alabama has anything.
I'm to the point now that when I wake up in the morning, I can get a good Cortado out in about 5 minutes.
Not too bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the consistency and the flavor of a Cortado? Like, what does it taste like?
It's 2 ounces of espresso, 2 ounces of milk, and then you foam the milk to a creamy consistency. We'll see if I can get any latte art out of it. I probably can't. But yeah, that's how that works. And then it should taste like a strong cappuccino. Like, cappuccino has about twice as much milk in it as a Cortado. It's a 4-ounce drink.
Okay. So how many of these you knock back at a time?
I'll do, I don't know, usually about 2 in the morning and 1 or 2 in the afternoon.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay. This sounds highly caffeinated.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody
so
has
I'm going to
their
be
mic.
using Hidden City Espresso Blend from a local roaster. So, yeah. First thing I'm going to do, though, is I've also got a kettle. That's where all my hot water is going to come from, right here. So, we'll see. Yeah. Wasn't going to do that until somebody mentioned making drinks, and now I'm going to do it. Now, I might, every once in a while, put some Baileys in there.
Oh, my man.
Yeah.
Yes. Now we're talking my language.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If this thing can make an Irish coffee, I'm all in.
Oh, yeah. I do Irish coffees all the time.
Oh, yes.
So once I rinse this off, I'm going to be putting it... Oh, this is pretty cool. This kettle has a top that's just wide enough for me to put the portafilter on so that the portafilter gets nice and hot before I go.
We're getting instructionals. But yeah, when he said, I'm going to make one of these things, they're like, what in the world is that?
Yeah. Yeah, you guys know what a cappuccino is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, hold on a second. I'll be guys, I'll be right back.
No problem.
For Pete's sake, how long does this take? Kettles, stoves, filters, milk, a carburetor?
And I thought
think
I was
there's-
slick with my Keurig.
About to say, I think there's a pull cord on there to start it like a weed whacker.
I thought there'd be a solar panel, honestly.
You know, like how that's a little disappointing. The fact that this thing isn't hooked up directly to a solar panel or
Yeah.
I live in Dallas, not Austin, so that'd be the Austin thing to do.
Yeah, that would be the Austin thing.
That's a lot of my issue is that is a lot of counter space for coffee. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. This is like a Starbucks. I think Ico lives in a scooter
Actual
coffee.
Starbucks. Yeah, like now to me, I drink tea in the morning, so I don't know what any of this is, honestly. Like one time at church, I was asked, Phil, will you make some coffee? And I just stare at that like, oh shit, I'm stranger in a strange land here, guys.
Okay, making a pot of coffee is literally one of the simplest things in the world.
This is actually relatively simple for making espresso. But when I want to make a cup of drip coffee, all I do is put a brewer, which looks like a funnel, goes on top of a cup, and you just pour water over coffee, and that's it. You're done.
Yeah, that's how you do it when you go camping.
Yeah, that's what I do every day.
Yeah.
That's the best way to make drip coffee. Like, it tastes better than... Here we go. Let's see if I
don't drink coffee for the taste. I don't drink beer for the taste. I drink it for the effects.
Coffee for the taste. Yeah, for sure. So this is it. So you take a cup like that, and you put this on top. That's it. That's it. That's the simplest way to make coffee right there. You still got to grind it, though.
I don't know. I would say the simplest way to get like a coffee like this would just be to go to your local gas station, grab a Starbucks out of the cooler.
Or get a Keurig. Like a Keurig is like $25 now.
Can't do that. So here's what happens when you roast beans. All right. So here's the beans. When you roast beans, they will last about 3 weeks before they go stale. But when you grind the beans, so here's some beans right there. When you grind these in the grinder, they will go stale in about 15 minutes. So odds are the Starbucks stuff that's in the freezer or refrigerator, wherever you got it, probably those beans were ground a year ago, if not longer.
Well, that sounds like aged.
Now, if you can find some that were ground 15 minutes ago in your local 7-Eleven freezer, I will be impressed.
Well, they have local coffee shops right there to grind them on the spot.
Yep. That's the way to do it, is to go to a local coffee shop and have a barista do it for you.
Yeah, like if it's sitting in a gas station, those beans were probably from a few harvests ago. Honest to God.
Yeah.
And not only that, the coffee pot has been sitting there for like 3 days too.
Yeah.
I used to work
But I
at a
mean,
gas station.
you
when
can
I was in
understand
college.
that in the world of spirits too, right? Because it's possible to have spirits that are stored incorrectly and have gone bad in some way.
Oh yeah,
Right?
Tony and I reviewed quite a few of them 2 weekends ago.
Yeah, they're all called wheat whiskeys. But that
Tony,
mostly
we're not
comes from
all-
just using the wrong fucking grain to distill your goddamn booze.
Tony, it's not that all the wheat whiskeys are bad. It's just most of them are. Flair 58. Okay.
Yeah, that's a puck screen. You'll see what that does in a minute. But right now, I'm warming up my puck screen. So there it is. Warming up my puck screen. And then I've also got to like warm up everything else. So that's what I'm doing now.
This feels a little bit like Quagmire's Grill.
Yeah, it is a little bit. You know, everyone kind of has a hobby where they go through a bunch of shit to make a regular thing that everybody else buys in 2 seconds.
Yeah, we've all got.
I'm
we've all
just
got
remembering a time 10 minutes ago when you said this is the simplest way to make coffee.
No. This is the simplest way to make coffee.
Yeah,
You just put the grinds in here, you pour the hot water on top, and you let it drip into a cup directly, and then you drink from the cup.
Okay.
If you do that, then you can. It still
Yeah,
takes
like-
about maybe 4 minutes to do.
Yeah, that's like cowboy coffee there. Like that's like
Cowboy coffee is not great.
Random Rick review. You've been on fire with the comments.
Like this has got. I see now why it has to have so much caffeine in it, because you'd have to have one of these while you're making one of these.
Oh, sometimes I will make that simple drip coffee first, and then make a cappuccino.
Well, yeah, you need the energy boost.
Yeah,
You need
I
your
will
cup
do
of
it.
coffee while you're preparing your cup of coffee.
yeah.
Hang on.
Exactly.
I got to do a line while I get ready to do this thing.
Yeah.
Freebase and coffee ground.
Let's see.
Don't give Portland any
Don't-
ideas.
Now, if you forget a step, do you have to go back to the beginning and start over like an old Nintendo game?
The first time I bought this, which was about 3 weeks ago, I kind of had to do 4 or 5 takes before I could get it right. But at this point, I don't forget any steps. Like, it happens like super fast.
Good God, do you have to have a Class A CDL to operate this thing?
I mean, it's sort of like, I think this is the way it is with any hobby, right? Like, after a while, it becomes, you don't even realize you're doing it. It's just, you get up, and 5 minutes later, you have the cappuccino.
I mean, my brother-in-law got a pilot's license one time. I imagine it's kind of like that.
Probably the stakes are lower,
Well, okay, that's true. Nobody's getting hurt from improperly made cups of Cortado.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are officially forklift certified. I don't know how it happened, but
Yeah.
it happened.
Pushing up.
Making this thing, you became forklift certified. You're also a notary public.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how, but you
Also have this, which is a 4-ounce Cortado cup.
Oh, that's a... Wait a minute.
Special cup.
So I got to heat this thing up too.
Oh, for
No,
fuck's
you
sake.
do not. You do not have to hit the button. No, you do not.
You do.
It's like, okay. Tony's like, you shut your lion whore mouth. Like, what the fuck? How we gotta heat this bitch up, too?
Oh, you gonna pull out a temperature gun and fill up the sink with water?
And now I've got to take this. All right. Okay. This is where my coffee goes. Right. So here we go. Boom. And I'm going to take out 18 grams of fresh roasted coffee beans.
Here's the irony. If anybody showed you this without the pretense that it was rich, you'd be like, yeah, it's a 35-year-old from San Francisco.
He's got a fucking scale.
But it's a guy who's twice that age from Dallas.
I got 18 and a half grams in. Okay. Then it's going to go into my grinder.
It's 18.
We're gonna get improperly flagged. Somebody's gonna see that it's like,
This is my grinder grinding. And I got to do this every once in a while. This is my bellows to make sure I get the last bits out. Then I've got my funnel. Okay. Hold on. Oh, where's the funnel? Now I've got to find it. Oh, here it is.
oh shit, Bandit.
There's the funnel. Okay. That's this thing right here.
Okay, what prerequisites do you have to do
it-
to the funnel to use
It's
it?
so I don't spill the coffee beans when they go in. Okay.
You don't
And
have to
then
heat
you
the
kind of
funnel
do
up?
this to to keep it level, right? You got to keep it level, and then
You had to leave it in the breeze this morning.
and then you just take this little WDT tool and you kind of like mix it around so that everything's like you get all the clumps out. And you pull this out. Then you take this tamper and you just tamp it. That's all you do.
Oh my God.
When do you have to visit? When do you have to visit the mage that tells you how to go capture a mermaid's voice?
So there we go. This is the easy part now. The easiest part is
Oh shit, the easy part.
easy part is right here. It goes right in like that. Then you got to measure one more time.
So is this how people used to make coffee way back in the day, or?
No, I think this is the way people made coffee about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Like,
This is actually
This is
relatively-
new shit.
It's both old and new technology at the same
Except as
time.
he goes along.
And I've got water right off the boil. Should be about 203 degrees.
I mean, my whole thing is I drink the coffee
would
so I'm
be
not agitated. This would
Yeah.
agitate me.
Yeah.
Well, the
By the
idea,
time this is done,
the
idea
like,
here is
you're gonna have
not
a
to
full-on
agitate
commercial.
let's see if you can get a shot of the coffee as it's coming out. So,
Oh my god.
Like, this is for
I fucking
people.
hope so.
Like,
tell me
I've
if
got
you
a-
can see. All right, do you see the mirror right
Why
there?
is there a rear view mirror?
so you can see the coffee come out, T.
You're
Yeah.
shitting me.
I want you to be able to see the coffee coming out. So here we go.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
202 degrees?
Can
That's
you
a
see it?
fancy mechanical thing you got.
I don't know what you can see.
We
Yeah,
can.
Like
I
I
mean,
feel like I'm one of those like primitive people who just like
There should
happen
be a
to the
stream
civilized
coming out
world,
when
and
we
you're showing me this like fancy ass coffee maker. I don't even know what to make of this.
Okay,
this is a
like,
Coke mirror.
You guys gotta understand. I have a neighbor who like mowing his lawn is like his zen. This is for people who like coffee is their zen.
Yeah. Of course.
Okay.
Maybe if I do it this way, it'll be easier.
I think we could just see it going into the cup. Is there like
What's
some
the-
magic? Does it like?
What's the
No, it
brand
comes in through the
on that?
bottom of the. Oh, bro!
Oh, we gotta start over.
Oh,
All
I don't know. I
right.
think this should do it. I don't know. Maybe that won't do it. I'm not going to show you that. I'll show
We're
you. Maybe we can do
Right into the
directly
cup.
in.
Oh,
why is there
shit,
scales in
yeah,
the coffee
we're-
cup?
In coffee world, this is called the money shot.
The teabag shot. I'm not mad at this. This is what I've been waiting for.
Yeah, I was about to say. Everyone's like, okay, I gotta see this fucking coffee, bro.
Yeah, like. Oh, whoa!
Whoa, okay.
Whoa.
All right. That is true espresso.
We're seeing more of your cupboard, but yeah.
That is true pressure. Okay.
Holy shit! Yeah, look at that.
Okay. Yeah, that's
It's like melting.
Yep. If you ever seen the bottom of an espresso, it's very, very similar. Okay. Now I kind of get it. I was about to say, you better press that one more time. You put a lot of effort
It's
in
dripping.
it. Okay.
You got you kind of overshot there. I have that
You
problem
just-
too.
Yeah, you just like left like an ounce on the
All
scale
that
there.
drippings. I was like, oh, I'll get it.
Wait, did you heat that actual regular Joe coffee mug up before?
Fuck you. Wow. So, all right, now, you do got to try that coffee. You realize for the.
Oh, we got a tiny milk jug.
Okay, Hans Landa. Wait for the cream.
He's muted, so I don't know what he's saying right now.
I'm
There.
just saying this right here had to be in the freezer for about 20 minutes before I was.
Okay, so you had to heat the fucking cup,
Yeah.
and you had to throw the milk creamer.
Right. I
into
heat the
fridge.
cup because I'm making. I've got to now make it hot. So for it to get hot, I have to do it cold first.
Holy hell! There's another device.
There's a whole nother. Yeah, there's
Oh, we're not
more.
done yet? Oh,
But
shit.
wait, there's more.
Well, yeah, no, because that was
Yeah.
just like the actual coffee. Like the cream has to. I assume that's what we're getting here.
Yeah, I'm just steaming the milk.
Jeez.
I'm steaming
Bandit,
the
we
milk.
will get to that
Imagine if
too.
you had someplace to be.
Bandit, the
Well, here's the thing. The thing that makes it take so long is showing you guys. Like, if I was doing this by myself, it would take me 5 minutes, the whole process.
Okay, I'd believe 10. I'd believe 10.
I'll set it up
even-
on a tripod one day, and I'll do it
Even.
in 5 just to show you.
even if he can knock this out in 5 minutes, that's still less than an ounce per minute.
True.
And that's per minute's about how I drink it, yeah.
It's like, I'm not letting this
hazard,
go.
the hazard of the Cortado would obviously be the burns or the freezer burn, and the analysis is, holy shit, this better taste like Zeus's cup. Or what was the point?
Oh, it does. It does. There comes a point where the very few coffees you can actually enjoy.
I mean, did you do an A/B?
but isn't that
comparison
true
on
with you, right? Like, aren't there drinks that have spoiled you for other drinks?
Oh, for sure. Like Phil making me drink shitty wheat whiskey, and it kind of almost ruined whiskey for
Oh,
me.
Tony, you love wheat.
Okay, here we go. You ready?
I loved when I was done.
Okay, well, all right.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right.
See the little squiggly lines?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not perfect or anything, but that's the point, is that you get the squiggly lines. And that's it. Now just drink it.
All
Wait,
right,
did
now
you put it in the microwave?
No.
Okay.
By the time it gets cold enough, it should be about 160 degrees right now. And if I drink it before it's
So
140...
you can drink it tomorrow?
No, what's 160 is drinkable.
okay.
It
Amazing.
brews at 200. So by the time it's in your cup, It's 160.
Random Rick review says this guy didn't even have a beard before he started making this.
Yeah.
Now, okay. Iko, after all that,
After
we
all
need
that,
you to take a sip and tell us how it is.
oh yeah,
Such a tiny cup.
yeah, it's 4 ounces.
On a 5-star scale, how would you rate that as a coffee?
Like, well, now that depends on what your reference is. If compared to the coffees I make, you typically on a 5-star scale, I'd say this is a good 3.5.
Okay. Now for the rest of humanity.
Okay, it's better than any Starbucks cup you'll have. But if you were to go to a professional, like third wave coffee shop, I would say the average cup there is about a 4.
Okay. All right. Well,
But I have made 5s before. That's just really rare. But those squiggly lines you saw at the top, they would be more defined if I was paying more attention.
Bandit asks, now when that cup is done, will you seek another?
Yes, and
Yes.
it'll happen faster because everything's heated up now.
You should probably just throw another mug in the heat so it's already ready.
Yeah. But I also have, I don't have it here, but I have a device that has multiple chambers in it. The top chamber is ice. The next chamber is coffee. And the chamber at the bottom collects what drips down. And it takes about 24 hours for that to brew. But you don't have to work hard at it. You grind the coffee, you set the whole thing up. As each ice drop hits the coffee, it takes 24 hours for all of that to melt and get into the bottom pot. That's called cold brew coffee or iced brew coffee. And then you just put that in the fridge and you just drink that on demand. So it doesn't take any time.
Folks, Tony, how you doing there, T?
I'll tell you what,
Gentlemen,
next
we
time
all
I will add some Baileys.
Nice.
By the way,
I was about to say, like,
I don't have any Baileys in the house right now.
By the way, Texas and Georgia, at least as far as I know, have a huge beer homebrew hobby community too. It's like this, but even more complicated.
That's how I ended up this way. I used to be a hobbyist who brewed his own beer. I used to do home beer brewing. And then I got to that age where I probably shouldn't drink as much as I was. And so I switched to coffee. My obsession.
Okay, Phil, to answer your question, I'm having some larceny.
Okay. So you're having some larceny bourbon. Good to know.
I am on ice, on an ice ball. So yeah, that's
Nice.
what I did.
Just
Bandit asks, but wouldn't the grinds go stale before it's brewed?
They would if you didn't grind them right away. You have 15 minutes once you grind them. You have 15 minutes before they start to get stale.
Sheesh.
Which is why
In
if you
that
buy
time-
pre-ground coffee, like that stuff is long gone. And forget about K-cups. Like, that does not work.
That time I brewed enough coffee to serve a battalion.
you know, we've all grown.
I've
We
done
all
that.
learned-
I've done that. I run. So one time I volunteered to run a coffee bar for a debate tournament. So I'd say there were about 800 people that were drinking our coffee at that point.
Nice. I gotta say, this has been the most enjoyable coffee-based opening to a hazard analysis I've ever fucking seen.
I mean,
This
incredible.
was A+. This is A+. Did you just finish that fucker off, Iko?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
For fuck's sake! Oh my god!
All right, well,
Okay. All right, moving
we'll
along.
give you an hour to make your next cup.
Well, listen. Here's the way it works in Italy. I lived in Italy for a year, which is when I first started getting coffee skills. Although I will say it wasn't the best place for coffee skills. It was the second best. The best place where I lived for that was Seattle. So I lived in Italy for a year and Seattle for a year. And both of those places I learned a lot about coffee. But what you do there is you order a shot of espresso, or possibly two, a doppio espresso. And what you do is you just dump, you walk up to a hole in the wall, literally like a bar, and they give you a shot glass, you down it, and then you give the shot glass back to them, and then you enjoy the aftertaste of the espresso as you walk down the street. So the drinking of it isn't the end of the enjoyment of it. It's about You guys talk about aftertaste all the time, right? For your like whiskey stuff.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like that. But coffee is more oily, so those oils remain in your palate for a long time.
Yeah, the oils in like some of the whiskeys that are a little more oily, they stick with you. And like a great example, George T. Stagg, William LaRue Weller, those will stick on the palate long after you're done.
Yep,
That's one of the reasons why they're so popular. Finally found us on YouTube on hazard analysis because the algorithm loves us so much. But well, gentlemen, that was the world of coffee. That was God Almighty. Like that amused me more than it had any good like or right to. Let's see. Bandit, that's 100%.
The reason he went full, he told me to put him full screen was precisely so he could cut this in to a standalone video. You already knew that,
Bandit. I am never above shameless self-promotion or whoring shillery. Random Rick reviews: the stepping over homeless in Seattle is where the fun is at. Thinking of yourself, I just spent $11 on this too.